Hi, this is Phil Perry reporting from Boulder City. You know, it's been 30 years since the Boulder Branch Line has connected Henderson to Boulder City. And today is a particularly good Friday the 13th because we're here for the Silver Spike Ceremony, which will reestablish the line between the two cities. The first gold and silver spikes were presented at Promontory Summit in 1869. And in 1930, Interior Secretary Wilbur drove another at Boulder Junction. The Boulder City Depot for incoming freight to build the dam was donated to the Clark County Heritage Museum in the 70s, where you can still see it today. The construction project of the dam soon became a tourist attraction. Union Pacific steam trains brought curious passengers to Boulder City, eager to view the progress of the massive project, the largest construction feat of its time. Freight from around the country was received on the 7 tracks of the interchange yard, and trains hauled gravel from Arizona across the Colorado River to the cement plants at the site. This trestle across the Colorado River now lies under Lake Mead. Before being used in the concrete mix, the gravel was sorted and graded. This train illustrates the massive size of the 4 30-foot penstock pipes, which you can see today behind the dam. Small engines brought the concrete down on rails along the canyon walls to fill the forms. As the dam was nearing completion, the Union Pacific Streamliner M10000 added extra excitement. It was the first internal combustion engine, lightweight streamlined passenger train built in the United States. Passengers were brought to the face of the dam to see this modern marvel. September 30th, 1935, President Franklin Delano Roosevelt dedicated the dam, which became the Hoover Dam in 1947. 4 special trains brought nearly 2,000 Shriners to Boulder City, Sunday, April 7th, 1940. With delegations from the western United States, it was probably the largest single group ever to visit the area.
See, for a while, I mean, everybody retired, but he knew everybody because he was in all those departments.
Can you go up? Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to go up? Sure.
We have all day.
So the volunteer that oversaw.
Good. Well, we're glad you're here.
I'm waiting for them to go over. Like, I want to get it's great to be back.
Good morning,
Excitement mounted for the dignitaries and guests aboard as we pulled up to the site for today's Silver Spike ceremony.
Well, good morning. On behalf of the Nevada Department of Tourism and Cultural Affairs and the Division of Museums and History, welcome. I'm Peter Barton. I'm the administrator for the division. And in northern Nevada, we would call this breeze a zephyr. Not sure what you call it down here, but thanks for coming out this morning and taking a ride on the train as we celebrate placing the final spike to connect, or to more precisely reconnect, communities by a railroad that is steeped in Nevada and American history. This rail line was essential to one of the most significant demonstrations of America's industrial might of the great American century, which was the construction of the Hoover Dam. Thousands of tons of steel and iron and carloads of Portland cement traveled down to Boulder City and on to the dam, where 21,000 men struggled down in Black Canyon to build the Hoover Dam. 30 years ago, the Union Pacific Railroad sold this line to the state of Nevada and the city of Henderson. And we've operated a railroad train over this since 2002. The actual rail connection was severed about 1985 when the original Boulder City Freeway was constructed and the rail crossing was paved over. And this bridge is quite significant in that, frankly, I was a doubter. I didn't think the bridge would be included in phase one of the interstate highway. Obviously, we're delighted it is, and today you all get to be the first folks to ride over it. The Railroad Museum in Boulder City started in 2002. Operating on 2 days a week, we carried about 2,000 people that first year. By 2015, we were carrying over 40,000 people. And those of you, now you've been there, you know we've outgrown the facilities there. We don't have adequate facilities to serve the public, to keep them out of the weather. So as part of this project, we're planning to construct a new museum complex across the Boulder City Railroad Yard, a phased expansion that includes expansion of the existing trail system. See, the bridge off to your right will carry the pedestrian and bike path, or connect the Union Pacific Trail on the Henderson side with the River Mountain Loop Trail, and we hope to build a connection from the River Mountain Loop Trail through the museum. One of our other core partners in this project of connecting communities is the City of Henderson, and please give a warm welcome to Mayor Deborah March.
Thank you very much, and what a thrill it is to be here with all of you today. We're making history here in Southern Nevada, and it's just such an important day for all of us. And it's not often that we celebrate turning back the hands of time, but today we're here to mark the return to the days when passengers could ride the rails between the city of Henderson and the city of Boulder City. Thank you, Governor Sandoval, for joining us today, and thank you to the organizers for this event for allowing me the opportunity to join you as well. The community of Henderson is excited to be a partner here on this project and the project that will soon follow here, with the planned expansion of the Railroad Museum and the excursion trains traveling to and from Henderson to Boulder City. Anyone who knows the history of Southern Nevada knows that we started as a railroad whistle stop. So we're reconnecting to our history by reconnecting this rail line. We also know that trains continue to excite and to fascinate fans of all ages from around the globe. So this is also important in terms of tourism and family fun. This project to reconnect Henderson and Boulder City with a rail line is truly the little engine that could. It just keeps moving on down the tracks, and one day soon, we're all going to see the dream become a reality. The engineers driving the locomotive are the visionaries at the Nevada State Railroad Museum in Boulder City. I can't wait to be one of the first people to ride the train when it departs Boulder City for Henderson, to see the smiles on the faces of my fellow passengers as we all share in the joy in hearing the whistle blow while riding the rails together, and then welcoming everyone to the city of Henderson when they arrive on our end of the tracks. What a day that will be. So congratulations on reaching this milestone, and I know that seeing that silver spike, which, Governor, we have confidence that you're going to hit it on the first try, is going to be a moment that all of us are going to remember. Thank you very much.
So it's getting time, Governor, for, we're going to have to start swinging here in a moment. And it gives me, obviously, a great honor and pleasure to introduce to you all a man who needs no introduction, who has spent the last 8 years propelling Nevada farther ahead than any of us could have imagined so many years ago. His tenure is defined by leadership and a can-do attitude, and to steal his own term, looking ahead of the curve. And we're going to go across the curve here and across the bridge in a few moments. So, Governor, if you'd care to come up.
Good afternoon, everyone. Peter, you've all got me nervous now. But no, really excited, really a privilege. It's really been a pleasure listening to all the speakers, and we're talking about a day where we're making history, but we're also restoring history. And when I think about all the people that are coming to Southern Nevada and they want a legitimate quality experience and adventure, and now they're going to be able to have that and share that as a family and come to Boulder City and do what I like to do, as you said, going to the antique stores and doing all of that. The other thing is, I got to ride up there in the locomotive with the senator, and that was a great experience for me. And the senator said something, everybody likes a train, or everybody loves a train. And I really look forward to the day that I can bring my family and they can have an experience that we're all going to share. So Peter, and everybody, both Boulder City, Henderson, the state of Nevada, our private contractors, everybody that made today a reality. This is a day when you drive by, you can look over and see that you really created a legacy here and that you had a piece of history. And it truly is something that we can all be proud of. It really goes into what we have our state song, Home Means Nevada. This is what makes Nevada, the greatest state in the union. Sorry, I'm biased, but we all love the state so much, and it's what's happening today that makes it so very special. To Mark, I was going to speak as long as I can, so you guys forget about me driving that spike on the first strike.
Now, ready? We all ready? Are we in place? 1, 2. You got to give it a little more than that. 3. Senator Heller, your turn.
Pressure's on. Now the pressure's
How many hits did Governor Sandoval take to get it in? About 5 or 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Congratulations.
This is Phil Perry with SEA TV, Anthem Alive, riding the rails on the Nevada Southern Railway line. Come see them sometime.